wearing face masks. Witnesses saw him put into a white Jeep Renegade which drove off. It's unclear how the boy was found or if anyone is in custody.
Hello, and welcome to the Tracy Show. I want to talk about Jamal. Is his last name White? I can't remember. The little boy that was missing, he's found now, from Milwaukee. Now, I prayed to God that he was found, right? And he was found the very next day. And I was so happy. But I'm going to be very, very honest with you all. I thought it was kind of weird or something didn't sit right. So, shout out to Hood Educated. Happened to be watching him. And he felt the same way I did. Of course, he broke it down in, his hood terms. Yeah, and I do understand the hood terms. Don't get it twisted. And I was like, oh my goodness, I was thinking the same way. Only thing is, I didn't have the information to prove it, right? Because I was like, I thought about where was the mother and the father, and, why y'all letting the little boy ride outside by himself? People crazy these days. But come to find out, the little boy was not outside by himself. His father was with him. And this is stuff that they didn't show, right? His father was with him in a gray car. And he was driving beside him. As the little boy was riding the bike, the father was driving a gray car by himself. So hold on, I'm going to let you see that part. Okay. Now, we all heard the little boy scream, right? But what we didn't hear was the father screaming. And another thing that I wanted to say, let me go back for a minute. Another thing I wanted to say when I first saw it was like, in my head, I'm thinking, well, the car was just sitting there. It wasn't, and it actually, made a U-turn. To me, that was weird. To me, that was really weird. It's like I felt like it was already somebody there scoping the house out. That's what I was thinking, right? Okay, so let me go back to, we hear Jamal, right? But they didn't let us hear but the father and what was going on. And it was a little bit of curse words and, things that I'm not going to say right now that was going on, right? But I'm going to let you hear that part too. Okay, so we see right here that car was parked. And now he's making a U-turn like, oh, there he is. There you go. So now we're going to hear the dad scream and another noise. Now we hear Jamal. Hey, if you're still with me, you might as well like, share, subscribe, and comment. It's free. Thank you. Shout out to Hood Educated again. I knew I wasn't crazy. But look, they already over here that next day. And I said that was real fast. You know why? Because they got a tip. The family got a phone call and said, look, Jamal is over here at this house. They already knew the boy's name. The father had pictures and everything. Y'all, I knew it was crazy. We hear Jamal. We hear the father, right? Now it's really crazy because remember that movie, Kidnapped with Halle Berry? I don't know if you saw it or not, but when she saw that someone had taken her son, that movie, it was all day. She was trying to get her son back. The father didn't do that. The father did not do that. So it's like, okay, well, let me keep going so I can say what I have to say. The father didn't do that. He didn't get in his gray car and go follow the other car. And also what I want to say is the guys that grabbed Jamal had a chance to hurt or unalive the father, but they didn't. They didn't. So it was almost like a message, because if they wanted to unalive him, it was just unalive him. But it was almost like a message like, no, I'm going to take him. It's always like I say, I tell my children, my girls and everything, no, you don't be around them type of people, because if they can't get to that person, they going to get to you. They going to get to the closest people that they know that you love. And just by that chance, Jamal was there. Now, Hood Educated also goes on to let us know that there may have been an reward for the boy. I'm not sure, but like $50,000 or something like that. But I'm not sure. And the way that he was found so quickly, number one is they had a warrant, right? How did they get a warrant that fast? How did they get a warrant that fast is one. And number two, somebody called the family and gave the family a tip as to where the little boy was. Said, now, just think, if there was a reward, they didn't call the police. They called the family and said, look, I just saw Jamal over here. And they knew the person's name. When those police knocked on the door, which we didn't hear at first, I believe his name is Colin Williams. They like, Colin Williams, come on out with your hands up. Y'all, this was a set up. This was some type of message to maybe Jamal's father, Jamal's uncle, I don't know. Somebody in that family. Somebody in that family wanted to send a message. I'm going to show you that part too. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. And don't forget, please like, share, comment, and subscribe today. And one more shout out to Hood Educated for making me feel like I am not crazy for thinking what I was thinking. Thank you.